She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain. Part 1, Chapter The Architect of Desire. A professional guide to men's psychosexual development. Understanding a man's behavior in adulthood requires a deep look into the blueprint of his past. Psychosexual development is not just about the body. It is a complex intersection of hormones, mother-child bonding, and social mirroring. As women, understanding these stages allows us to decode why a man may be emotionally distant, sexually passive, or deeply anchored in certain habits. The foundation: sexual self-awareness, ages 1 to 5. The journey begins at birth. Between the ages of 1 and 5, a boy forms his gender identity. This stage is heavily influenced by the mother. If a mother accepts his masculinity completely, loving him without violating his space and treating his entire body, including his genitals, as natural and good, he develops a sense of wholeness. However, many mothers subconsciously switch off the genital area due to their own limiting beliefs. The child begins to sense that this part of him is bad or purely functional. This often leads to adult men who view sex only as a means of reproduction or a physical release, lacking the ability to integrate eroticism with emotional tenderness. The social blueprint: stereotypes of behavior, 5 to 12. During this phase, boys begin to develop the stereotype of sexual behavior. They start to imitate male role models, fathers, coaches, or teachers. This is where the masculine armor is forged. The belief that men shouldn't cry, must handle conflict alone, and must take responsibility for their actions. If a boy lacks a positive male role model, he may adopt street masculinity, associating manhood with swearing, smoking, or aggression. At this stage, boys transition from maternal play to logical games, puzzles, and competition, which prepares their brain for the linear, goal-oriented thinking of the testosterone brain. The ascent: psychosexual orientation, ages 12 to 26. This is the era of the testosterone peak. Between 12 and 16, hormones flood the system, often leading to intense sexual desire. The peer community: it is vital for a teenager to be part of a peer group where he can work through his attraction to the opposite sex. This is the training ground for winning over a woman. A man's adult confidence often stems from whether he was successful in attracting girls during these formative years. A note on development: during the ages of 14 to 16, some teenagers may explore same-sex curiosity as a way to process overwhelming hormones in a taboo environment. In a healthy trajectory, this is often a passing phase of exploration before moving toward the opposite sex. However, if a young man finds deep emotional success in these groups, it can shape his adult orientation. The 5 stages of libido formation: a man's desire does not appear all at once. It grows through a specific hierarchy. If a stage is skipped or virtualized, lived only through the internet, his adult sexuality will be stunted. The conceptual/platonic stage: the boy realizes girls are different. He feels a pure love, wanting only to be near her, hold her hand, or carry her bag. This builds the foundation for emotional safety. The romantic stage: he begins to notice sexual images in movies and art. He learns the courtship dance, inviting a girl to a cafe or the movies. If he is rejected here, he may become the adult nerd or passive observer who is afraid to initiate. The erotic phase: testosterone hits its peak. Erotic dreams and masturbation begin. This is where fantasy is born. If this stage is lived only virtually, pornography, the man may enter adulthood unable to perform with a real woman because he hasn't learned the feedback loop of a partner's reactions. The sexual stage: physical contact begins. The man learns his sexual stereotype, what he likes, and how to satisfy a partner. Variety here helps him understand that women are different, which prevents him from becoming bored later in life. Mature sexuality: this is the development of a sexual rhythm. The man settles into a consistent pattern with one woman. In this stage, sexuality must be nurtured through psychological connection, or it risks becoming a chore. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle in Love Style at wishforlove.org.